Dirty carpets don't keep a schedule. You do. That's why the Home Depot has the Hoover Power Scrub Elite Pet Plus Carpet Cleaner for just $148, over $40 off. Its quick clean mode with heat force helps cut drying time to less than 45 minutes. If you have a schedule to keep, you don't want to sit around waiting on a wet carpet. The Hoover Power Scrub Elite, just $148, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only while supplies last. See store for details, valid through July 11th.
Blog Talk Radio.
Author Talk Radio with M.L.Ruscsak. I have another special guest from my publishing house, Wild Dreams Publishing, Sondra Hicks. Welcome to my show.
Hi.
Okay, we're going to talk about a couple of your books here, and we're going to try to do this without getting into fits of giggles, because we're already having problems with that. Okay, so you have a series out that's the Cleo Gavin Adventures. It starts off in London Moon and then proceeds through Paris Moon and Family Moon. Did I get the order right?
The Cleo and Gavin Adventures actually goes from Paris Moon to London Moon, and I'm in the process of trying to finish Family Moon, yes.
Okay. So, see, that's why I asked, because you have so many wonderful books here. I want to make sure I get them all in the right order. So, your London Moon just came out not too long ago, and you're working on Family Moon. So let's go ahead and touch base with the story up until now to get the readers ready for Family Moon.
Well, basically, the series, The Chloe and Gavin Adventures, was a spin-off from a trilogy I had written, which is actually being edited and the covers are being redone, but it's called the Edge of Night trilogy. Chloe and Gavin were characters from that trilogy, and I liked them so much I gave them their own series. But Chloe is a young girl. When she was turned, she was about 16 or 17. It was an interesting story. But Gavin, she's a vampire. Gavin is a werewolf. They are in love. And they have decided they want to go see the world. And they are finding out that the world is not so much accepting of their coupling. Because the way that the species see it is, it kind of falls back, as some people have seen it as vampires stay with vampires and werewolves stay with werewolves. And they don't believe in that. So they're fighting against people's basic, how do you put this? It's basically racism in vampires and werewolves, in a sense.
Okay.
And
paranormal
they
romance.
want to change everybody's way of thinking. Yeah. So it's a paranormal thriller / romance series.
Okay.
Because
well, I got the paranormal from. Well, of course
There's
they have to get in trouble if they
poisoning.
If your characters don't get in trouble, then you don't have a story. So of course there has to be trouble. There has to be drama, and you have to have the element of love in there somewhere.
Of course.
It's just natural human behavior in the paranormal world. What can I say?
And
so we're getting ready.
With all the stories that are out there, the paranormal world has different rules for different people when it comes to vampires. So I actually twist the vampire rules a bit, and I do things slightly different, the way people have never done it before.
Really? Can you tell us about that?
Mm-hmm. A lot of people have, poisoned vampires and everything, and the way that I cure my vampire has never been done. It's in a place no one has dared to take a vampire, and it's a godly place. It's in, I can't think of the name right at this second, but it's close to, not too far from Paris. And
okay.
an
Notre Dame
extraordinary
Cathedral
event leads to some traits being returned to a vampire, where it makes, in the second book, she is kidnapped, so to speak, and she finds out that she is with child.
And that explains
because
the cover
of the events that explains the cover to London Moon, because well, we all know what happens when you play too much.
Exactly. We've all been there, I think.
Play.
Of course. What? You can't have a baby if you have some play in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, your books take on a life of their own.
That baby.
Oh, well, of course they have to be able to the baby. It's a hybrid.
Yeah, and they make friends with the most unlikeliest of allies in London. They make friends in Paris, and in London Moon they make friends again. What started out as Gavin paying a local werewolf clan to help him turned out to be a great ally for them. And it'll come, the people in Paris and in London are going to be teaming up in the third book, because it's going to get even crazier. Because we're going to get to know some of the characters that have been playing a more lower role in the books that have been out. They're there, but, they don't have a real huge part in the stories. So they're going to be playing a larger part. We're going to get to know them a little more about their backstory, and there's going to be a major war. And we get to know the baby that was born, Gavin and Chloe's baby.
Well, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we get to know what she's going to be like for the moment, and as the series goes on, we'll see how she develops and changes. Because I'm not just going to, I'm going to tell you all now, I'm not just going to go, boom, she's grown up. I'm not going to do that. But she is going to be special for some reason, and I'm actually looking forward to writing it. Her name's Shiloh.
Ah.
And
so we have the baby's name out there.
Yeah, I'll put that out there, but there's a reason for that. If there's any fans of the originals, which is a TV show,
You'll see us charged.
I think it was. Huh?
You'll see us charged.
There was an episode recently outside the house where Klaus's daughter was raised. There's a name on the mailbox. Did you catch it?
Uh-huh. I see where you're going with this.
What did it say?
Oh.
What did the name on the box say?
Shiloh something, I believe.
Yeah, there you go. Now you know how my little girl got her name.
You're sneaky. happen and stuff like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, nobody could understand where, even the people who knew about the book, they didn't know where the name came from.
Ah.
And I kept hinting.
And hinting and hinting.
And still,
see,
even after that episode, nobody knew.
Of course. You have to have a keen eye to get little subtle hints like that, especially when you're looking. Some of these hints, you have to know the author to understand where they're coming from, to get the hints, to know where to look to get your answers.
Exactly. And that's a good trait in a writer, is to make sure that there are very subtle hints.
I'm
if
going
they're
to be
obvious,
doing. Yeah.
You know.
When I get ready for my 4th book in my series, there will be a contest going on, and you have to know me as both an author, but also know my reading and preferences and TV preferences to get the answers for the contest. So it should be fun what they come up with. So.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm looking at London Moon, and you only have this in Kindle. Is this also in paperback somewhere?
It will be in the future. My publisher is working on finalizing that. Once we get it all taken care of, it will be Paris Moon and London Moon will be available in paperback.
Well, then you're going to have to let me know. Okay, you're going to have to keep me posted on that, because
definitely.
I'm old school. I still like the smell of paper.
Oh, me too. Definitely. It's like the new part of me.
Yeah, I can't.
There's another book that's being written, which is, I've had several questions about Chloe Rice. Where is she from? How did she become a vampire? People who haven't read the trilogy, which is, I believe, been pulled from Amazon because I wanted to redo it. So I'm writing Chloe Rice's, her standalone backstory. So that, I don't know which is going to come out first, Family Moon or Chloe Rice's story. It depends on which gets done first. But we are working on that too.
Well, we will keep your eyes open for everything in paperback. And, of course, ebook for those who like those. But you also have another series that's coming out called Dreams Crushed.
That's actually the name of that's the first book in the series, Vampire Dreams and Reality. The first, oh wow, that is about a young lady. I believe her name's Alicia. I named her after a friend of mine who's also an author. But the young lady, she has a hard life. Her father's a drunk. Her mother's gone. She's bullied constantly. Her mother was murdered. And she saw what happened, and she swears up and down it was a vampire. And everybody tells her she's crazy. Well, she has been looking for vampires ever since. And so she... You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
And she has... What she does is she goes out into the world, and when she finally finds the vampire who basically killed her mother, she asks him, will you change me? Because she's tired of being weak.
Oh.
And he agrees. But something extraordinary happens that puts her in a place where she's not human, but she's not vampire. She's stuck in transition.
Okay.
vampires don't want her blood, but at the same time, she can't die, but she can't, blood tastes horrible, food tastes horrible, but she has to eat it to live, and she's got to figure out if there's a way to finish transitioning and live what she wanted or end herself. And due to it being a series, we have to figure is she going to be the main character for the rest of the series, or I don't want to give too much away, but basically Dreams Crushed is basically what's going on for the first part of the story is she got her dreams crushed by being in the situation.
Yeah, stuck in transition, not knowing which way to go. That sums up your book.
And no vampire is going to want her blood because technically it's equivalent to dead man's blood. It's horrible.
I can see that, and
I mean,
there's
it won't
a lot of
kill him, but man,
they would wish it were.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's something I was working on for a while, so. I'm actually really excited about it, so.
Now, I see a lot of vampire stories, and I also know you do a lot of romance as well, so.
Yeah, that's my other opinion.
Yeah. Since we
I have naughty
time,
and I have nice.
No, you have naughty and you have paranormal. I wouldn't call vampires nice.
Well,
but they can be, I guess, in a roundabout way.
What Bram Stoker did with Dracula, I'd say my vampires are pretty decent.
Very true. Very true.
Mine are pretty behaved.
At least for the moment.
Yeah, for the moment, next thing you know, they could be ripping your throat out.
Yeah.
But things are going good, though.
It's okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to pick up some of these when they get in paperback. Because I like my vampire stories. And especially when you have...
I love them so much.
Exactly. They're just captivating. I don't know why. They just are. Not so much the glittery vampires, but, vampires in whole.
Oh, yeah. I have a few favorite authors of mine, so...
Yeah, there's a few out there that actually get the element of the vampires perfectly blended, just like the TV series, the original that we discussed already. So.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to miss that.
Yes. It's okay. They have all the seasons on Netflix, so I'm good.
That is true.
Yes. We have to have our Netflix for all of our reruns.
Yes, as writers, we need inspiration.
Or an escape from our own heads.
Yeah, exactly. And as a writer, it's extremely difficult to force yourself to take time just to relax and step away from what you're doing.
I know.
I'm actually on. But it's just difficult to step away from that mind frame and go, okay, I need to go do this. And with me, my mind's always pulling me in so many directions because of everything I do, and it's hard to find time for everything. And I think that's part of the reason it's taking me quite the time to try and finish the books I'm working on and get them to the readers. And I just want them to know that I am working and I am going to get you the books. And,
Right. Some of it is getting, half the battle is getting the book wrote. The other half the battle is once it's in the publisher's hand, getting it into the printed form or into the ebook form or whatever format you're going for. I don't think the normal reader understands how hard it is for a publisher on the publishing end to just get it formatted to be printed. That's another whole aspect that we as readers don't get to see. But as authors, we get to work with the publisher to understand that.
And the best part about being indie publishers and authors is, like you said, we get to work together. And with traditional publishing, you don't get to work that closely. But with indie publishing, you really do get to work together and with every part of the book and oversee everything. And if there's something wrong, you actually get to fix it at whatever stage it's at. And you're actually able to talk to people, and you're friends with these people, and you know who's touching your book, who's editing your book, who's formatting your book, who's publishing, who's who's ever doing whatever stage of the book that it's at. And indie publishing is the most amazing. It's the most amazing experience that a writer can have, because it teaches you so much about everybody involved with publishing that if I had been a traditional published author, I would have never have known what truly goes into a book, because you actually don't get to see that.
Yeah,
and
that's
just
one
have a
thing.
Deeper respect.
Yeah, I have nothing against traditional publishing. That's great for mainstream books and everything, getting out to readers, but at the same time, the authors don't have that connection with their publisher, their formatter, their translator, their cover designer, their whatever.
You're just a paycheck. I really think with traditional publishing, that's all with that, and it's not to be disrespectful to them and everything. I understand that's how they do their job. They have contracts and everything like that. Well, so does indie. We have our contracts and everything, but we don't have to get dressed and run downtown to talk to somebody about our contract and sign them. We can actually sit on the computer. We can FaceTime. We can video call. We can talk to them and go over whatever our issues are. But if we go to an office at a traditional publisher, I feel like a number. If I was to go that route, I don't feel like, unless I'm a truly bestseller, I don't feel like I would be truly appreciated.
No, it's just either you're a traditional published author and you're a paycheck for the publisher, basically, or you're an indie author and you have a family. It's not just, and not only you're publishing who's touching your books, but you make connections with the other authors within the publishing house. And we're one, well, I see this with Wild Dreams. I don't know, and I'm sure this is how it is with other publishers, other small publishing companies, but we're all one family. We feed off each other. We get ideas. We talk shop. We talk family. We talk whatever, and we're all here connected 24/7.
Exactly. And we all, sometimes we tease each other, sometimes we joke, and, it is exactly like a family, just like brothers and sisters, and we all tease each other. If somebody's having a bad day, like I was earlier, you were trying to cheer me up and everything, it's nice to have that. It's kind of, because I didn't know, last year, I'm just a year into this community. I mean, I published in 2003 a poetry book, and I'm a year into just coming into the social media of the indie community, and I have never felt so welcomed. In just a year in, I have learned so much that I'm actually turning around, mentoring, and helping other authors come into the community and helping them with information I've learned, and just with the writing I do and everything. I truly love this community, and it's just, I wish that I could help everyone understand and just grasp the knowledge that we have and just work together and, and cut down on the problems that everybody has been experiencing out there.
See, it's really
Sorry,
nice.
I don't mean to monologue or anything, but,
Yeah, it's really nice as a family to get together, but we all have our bad days. We all have our good days. We all have our niches, the things we're good at, things that we need help with. And with Wild Dreams, I'm seeing this more and more. We help each other with our own strengths, bring up each other's weaknesses, or recover each other's weaknesses with each other's strengths. And it's wonderful to be there. And then we have a lot of anthologies coming up to benefit other authors, other niche things within the indie world as well.
I have my own anthology thing, but I'm doing an anthology with Mini Anthologies is doing one with Wild Dreams authors for anti-bullying paranormal summer anthology with Wild Dreams authors, and it's going to be published through Wild Dreams. It's going to be actually
I don't know how many authors we have on that one, but that one's a really cool one that came about when an author friend of the publishing house was being bullied. This is how this conversation started. We took something tragic that should never, ever, ever, ever happen, and we said, okay, we're going to do something to speak out against it. And then the house got together, and that's what you guys came up with. And I think most of the house is on this anthology, or at least the ones that talk on a daily basis.
It's the first anthology that because I run Looney. You'll be here to lot. I have a lot of different things.
It's okay.
It's the first one I'm doing with Wild Dreams, and I'm actually really excited about it. So. And
this will be
I have a huge issue with bullying because I was bullied mercilessly as a child. I was beat up day in, day out, punched, kicked, every day in middle school. And it went on to high school until I said enough my senior year. I got tired of being hit and kicked, and it was bad.
Yeah.
And
see, I was in a similar...
It's hard to stand up and say no.
It is. I was in a similar boat for middle school, and then by junior high, going into high school, I was so afraid of people, I didn't talk at all. And then my junior year, actually, I went to a different school and really blossomed because it was a zero tolerance for bullying. Our class became one big family, which I'm so thankful for. This is why I jumped on the road to do this anthology with you, because bullying should never, ever, ever happen. And yet we see this on a daily basis.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we're almost up with our time, so I appreciate you coming on the show. When you get the next book or books in print, let me know and we'll pull you back on the show. And for this episode of Author Talk, I'm signing out, and happy reading. Sondra, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, sweetie.
You're welcome.
All right.